So, hi, my name is Adrian Cid Almaguer. We will start with how to contribute project to Drupal. Here there are some links to my profiles, Drupal, Twitter. I'm working with Drupal maybe a little more than 6 years, but that's what say my Drupal profile. I'm member of the Drupal Association. If you don't know what is the Drupal Association, please go to Drupal page and read about this. This is a way to help the Drupal community to be more stronger. Contribute. We were talking about contribute in this speech. So this is a concept to contribute, to give money to a common supply fund as for charitable purpose. This is one example. Can you contribute to buy my ticket for the next DrupalCon? Yes or no? No? But you can contribute to Drupal? Yes or no? We are recording here. Okay. We will talk about how to create a Drupal project, how to work with the issue queue, simple tags for your first contributions, some common project issues. We will talk about Drupal standards, the project page, and how to release your project. We need to remember that this is for beginners, so this is for persons that will start to contribute to Drupal. Usually you will find here some simple tags, but maybe you are an advanced user, but you will find here some useful information. That's what you will find in the Drupal project page. 5 steps to start contributing to Drupal. They say just visit the create page, the create project page, fill out the form, enter project short name, click the save button, and click the version control tab to start contributing. That's it. Here is the first step. So we go to the create project page, and you will see that there are different kind of project we can create. We will talk here more about modules, but you can apply this to another project. So you can choose the project, the module project. You will see the form. There are different project type, sandbox or full project. So you need to enter the project short name and the project name. Then they say click the save button. The save button. But remember that Drupal don't promote the competition. Drupal promote the contribution. Drupal promote the community where we will join our efforts to create the project. And then click the version control tab, and you will be able to start contributing to Drupal. Okay. We will start working in our project in the issue queue. As you working before with Drupal issue? Never? Okay. The issue queue is enabled by default in the project page, but if you don't need it, you can disable it. This is the place where you will create the tickets for your module, for your project. If you have the issue queue in your project, you will see in the left side that you can add some information about how to report an issue for your project. And in the right side, you will have something like the box where you will see the statistic for your project, for the issues in your project. But before start creating issue, pay attention to the guidelines. This is the page that you will see when you go to create an issue. There is a message by default that Drupal add to this page. This is the message in the blue box. They say, learn how to report an issue with a link explaining how to do it, and use the issue summary template. If you are a project maintainer, you can add another message, like the message in green, giving another guideline about how to report the issue, how to create the patch for your project. You can configure this message from your project page. There are some projects that have more detailed guideline about how to report one issue. You will see why. For example, this is the issue page for the web form module. I don't know if you know the web form module is very popular in the community. You are hungry? Yes, no? Okay. This is a real issue from the only one project. This is a user reporting a problem with the module. There are some problem with the issue. The first problem, the user don't read the issue guideline to report an issue and don't use the issue summary template. So even if Drupal add the message and you add the message talking about how to report the issue, nobody read this part. Have you read before this section about how to report the issue? Yes. And you use the issue summary template? How to submit the patch. Okay. We need to organize a little our job as contributor to Drupal, because usually this is we made this in our free time. But sometimes it's a little difficult to reproduce and find the bug or create a new feature, because there is not a lot of information about how to fix the problem or how to create a new feature. This is a good example. I usually add a message like this, send for reporting, but please remember use the issue summary template. Usually in the Drupal community, we live in different countries, or we talk different language. But we need to use English to communicate between us. This can be a problem for many people in the Drupal community. I am a good example of this. I'm not the best people to speak here in English, so I hope you can at least read what I write in the presentation. But we can use some tools. We have Google Translate. A little joke. And I usually use Grammarly. Grammarly have a free plan, and you can install it in Firefox or Chrome. I don't know Safari, but at least Firefox and Chrome. And it will help you to fix your English problem in the issue queue or whatever you will write something in the browser. Okay. Another problem in this issue, as the user don't read the issue summary template, the user that report the issue don't have added the step to reproduce the problem. So when I start to find the problem, it was very difficult to me to find what here are trying to say about a bug in the module. So this is why it's important to use the issue summary template. Be polite with the other users. There are some users that are new to the community, or many users don't have the time to read the guidelines, don't have time to read the standards for the Drupal community. So you can add a message like this: "Hi, thanks for reporting. Will be great if the next time you use the issue summary template to report an issue." There are many users that report issues in the project I maintain. The second time he forget again the issue summary template, I copy and paste the same message. The next time they start using the issue summary template. Another little joke. Okay. This is how issue using the issue summary template will be. We have problem, motivation. We have the step to reproduce the problem, and we have maybe the user have an idea of how to fix the problem. If don't have the idea, you can just put no, I don't have idea, or leave it without text, and remaining tags to fix the problem. Some users think that this only happens in core. When you go to the Drupal project or the core of Drupal, you will see always the issue reported like this. But you can find this in the other contributor project too. If you don't find it, you can help the maintainers to teach the other user to use this issue summary template. Have you seen before the blue button like this in your browser? Say clone issue? Never? Nobody have seen or used this button? This button comes from the Dear editor. The Dear editor, I don't know if Dear or Doctor editor. How I say this? Dear editor or Doctor editor? I don't know. Maybe it's a doctor, you will see. This is is an extension for Drupal that enhances the user experience and functionality in the issue queue. You have the template insertion for your issues, patch reviewer, auto-completion, and image attachment embedder. Okay. When you install the plugin, you will see these two buttons when you go to create one issue. So you only need to click in the insert template button, and you will have the issue summary template inserted in the issue body. If you have tasks for your issue, you go to the place where you want to insert the task template and just click Insert Task. It's easy with this tool to create the issues for the projects. Have you reviewed a patch in the Drupal community before? Never? Usually when you go to review a patch, you will see something like this. If the patch is too big, maybe 3, 4, or 10 files, it's a little hard to read the patch. If you have this tool, you will see the patch like this. You will see in red the deleted line, in green the line that will be added with the patch. Here you have all the files that have been modified or will be modified by the patch. And you can click the file, you will go directly to the modification in these files. And if you want only see what is new in the patch, you can click in Hide Deletions. Have you seen this site before? It's very important to use this site. When you go to, you can use this site for two purposes: to test a Drupal module or to test a Drupal module with a patch. In this case, if you click in Simple Test, you will create a Drupal installation with this module, with this version, and you will apply directly this patch. And you can test if the patch fixes the problem or not. If you usually review patches, you will see in the issue queue comment like this. Usually the people create this comment with this tool. You just need to select the lines you want to add the comment. In this case, 26, 27, 28. And in this place, you will add the message, and automatically the plugin will create a comment like this for you. So with this tool, it's very easy to review patch and to contribute to Drupal. Not easy, but will help you in the task. You can use the auto-completion with this tool. You can auto-complete HTML tags, usernames. You use how I say in English, a comercial. arrobas at. Well, this and the first word of the username, and you hit tab, and you will get the name of the user inside your comment. If you use the hash key and the comment number, and you hit tab, you will have a link directly to the comment in the issue. And you can do the same for the issues in the Drupal site. The hash key and the issue number will create the issues like this. Maybe you have seen issues in green, gray, red. This is created with this code. And you can embed image in your comment. So you just go to the image and click the button, and you will have the link to the image. Okay. Simple task for your first contributions. How many here have been created Drupal project before? Modules that you can raise your hand. Usually this is the first issue that we will create, because we need to create our project, our module is the info file. Here you have a template for the info file. Have the problem motivation, the proposed solution. If you want to help other users to contribute in your project, you can add links that will be explain how to create or how to fix the problem or how to improve the module. In this case, we have a link to how to create the info file. This is a link. So if somebody wants to take this issue and work on solving the issue, we'll go to this link and we'll read how to do it. Okay. When you go to create the issue, you have the title, category. This is a task, it's a bug, or this is a feature request. Or you have the priority, normal, critical, the status. You can start as open, then if you submit a patch, you can change to needs review. If the patch is working, you can change to tested and review by the community, something like this. And then you can change to fix and close the issue. The module version, component, code, documentation, you can configure this in your project file. And you can assign the ticket to other maintainer or to yourself. Or if you don't have time to do it, you can just leave empty this field. If you will create simple issues like this, it's important that you use the issue tags, like Mobiles in this case. This will help users that start contributing to Drupal to find easy issues and start contributing to the Drupal project or contributed project. We have here two examples of info files for two different Drupal projects. Usually the Drupal users say, there is a module for everything in Drupal, but it's a problem to find the module and learn how the module works. For this, we have two issues. We have the README file and the module help page. Here, there are two templates that you can use to create the issues for this task. This is one example for a README file. There are, in the Drupal community, we have a template for the README file, so you can go to this template. I add here always the links, and you can check how to create your README file. And if you go to create the module help page, there is a page explaining how to do it. Here there are two implementations of the hook help for two different modules. Have you heard about Composer before? Yes? No? Okay. Even if Drupal say that it's not mandatory or important to add this file, you can add it to your project. And if you use external libraries, it's important to have this file. So here you can see a template for create the Composer JSON file. This is how this file will look like for a project. In your Drupal project, it's important to keep the change you made in the project. This will be inform the user how your project evolved, or what are you fixing, or what are you changing in your project. Many users, many Drupal maintainers just use the git log command and take the message from this output and put it in the file. But we have a standard for this in the Drupal community. And if you are trying to do something and you don't find how to do it, you can always go to the Drupal ideas project and create a new issue requesting a standard or a git line to accomplish this task. This is the Drupal core idea issue queue. But this is a template for a changelog file. There is a page explaining how to create this file. And there is a tool that will help to create this file. Because imagine if you need to take a module with 20 or 21 release, it will be very hard to create this file from scratch. This is one example for the module weight module. Yes, we have a tool for this. The git release node for Drush. This is a project with a Drush command. Here is the project page. And you can use just Drush rn dash changelog, and the command will generate the file for you. You have here before about the user interface standard for Drupal? No? Well, this is one standard for the user interface. Please don't use please in the interface text. It says do not use please. This make it sound as if the user is supposed to do a favor for someone. And this is something that we find usually in the Drupal project. Please enter your name, please hit the button, please. So this is something that you need to remove from your project. We have another don't refer to Drupal in the help page. And usually when you go to the module help page, you will find this is a Drupal module to do what? That's what Drupal say about this. And if you read these links, you will be surprised because there are many things that we don't know that we need to put in the user interface, and we don't do it. Another important part in the Drupal community is to use the coding standard. Have you used before the coding standards, the Drupal community? No? Okay. We have a tool, Coder, and we have a command that we can use, php.cs, and this command will generate a file like this. In this file, you will find all the standard problems you have in your project. If you found one X like this tool can fix this problem automatically, but sometimes, but in this case we don't have without the X. Sometimes you need to go to the file and fix the problem by yourself. Okay. But the project page. A little joke about Drupal. These are tips, we say, the Drupal community for a great project page. Usually you don't find all these sections in a project page because it's difficult to create some of them. But we will see that if we follow the standard for the Drupal community, it will be very easy to create a project page. This is the first part. When you enter to the project page, you need to inform the user what you can do with your module, how your module works. But if you have created your hook help, if you have created the module help page, you have this information. It's just copy and paste from the module help page to your project page. For the requirements, some modules need special requirement to work like this. This module, Asana, needs a library. But if you have created your README file, you have the information. Just take the information from the file and put it in the project page. And you can recommend a module that will work together with your module or will improve your module presentation. This is one example for no revision delete. It's just go to the README file and take the section and put the section in your Drupal page, project page. Maybe you have problem, you have bugs in your module, and you need to inform your user, okay, you can use this version, but you need to know that we have some problem with the version. Usually you will find a no problem section. To create this section, go to the issue queue and just search for the category book report, and you will find the problem for your module, and just take the link and put it in your file, in your project page. The similar project section is the more difficult to create. Usually you don't see this section in the module, in the project page. because you need to go to search other modules that are similar to your module. You need to study the code, find the difference, test the code, and then write the section. The section will be like this. You need to put a little description about the module and the difference between this module and your module. If you go to the Node Revision Delete project page, you will see a good example about this section. The resource page. In this page, you will add some documentation for your module. If you have a demo, you can add here the link, the change log that we create as our first task. You will add here a link for your change module, and if you have some documentation guides, you can add it here. We will see this before. Okay. If you maintain a module, you need to stay tuned with the change introduced in the new Drupal version. So for this, you need to read maybe once a week or one time in a month the Drupal core change records. Sometimes you find notes like this: Drupal get message and Drupal set message replaced via messenger service. So if you use the messenger service, it's better you prepare your module for the next Drupal version. Okay. Some Drupal user found this change record, and in the admin toolbar project, do you know the admin toolbar project? The user create this issue. Only this information. I added I can say my template for this case. Hi, thanks for reporting. Will be great the next time you use the issue summary template to report an issue. I will know the issue. Like Drupal informed the user about the change in the Drupal core, you need to inform your user about the change in your module. So you can create change record for your module. This is a change introduced in the only one module, and here we are informing to the user how to use the new method get not available content type summarized. Okay. Once you finish your module, you know how to use your module and you know the problem your module solves. But the other user that will be the release of your module don't know how your module works. So it's important if you create a project guide for your module. You can add sections for the module and explain how to use the functionality. If your module have another module inside, you can add here additional information about how the other modules works. This is one example for the guide. And at the end, you will release your module. You need to tag your release and then push your code to Drupal. You go to your project Drupal page and add a new release and save the form. When you go to release your project, you need to add some note saying what are you giving to the community. Here we have one example for the admin toolbar module. In this version, this is the release note. This don't say nothing to you. Okay, many bug fixes, new features, and code cleaning, but well, this will be, I need to upgrade the module or no. Okay. You can improve your release note with the drush rn command that we used before to create the change log. And you will create some release note like this. Now it's better? It's better or no? It's better or no? It's better. But you can improve this with another tool, Drupal org, with this maintainer release node. You can create release node like this for your project. So now you have how many contributors works in this version, how many issues you are solved, you have bugs fixed, you have feature, new feature, or you have tasks. And if you don't know how something works or you need help from the community, you can use the Slack channels for Drupal, or you can use the Drupal Answer site. Usually you get some help from the community. Well, learn how to contribute to Drupal. This don't take a day, 45 minutes. This take a long time to learn how to do it. So, but if you don't start to learning how to do it in a correct way, this will take more time to you. But some module I maintain, admin toolbar, the only one module, drush help, modules wait, and no revision delete. If you want to see other modules, you can go to my Drupal profile. Thanks. Still awake? I'm sorry for my English. So if you have some question, this is the moment. I think that we don't have many time.
Would you have the slides available online or the presentation slides?
I use something in my Mac. I don't know how the name. Wait. You want to know if you can see the presentation online?
Yeah, or like if we can, because
I put it in the Drupal camp site. I don't know if they will publish the presentation,
okay, cool.
But we are recording here.
Yeah,
And if you,
a lot of the links are really useful too, like a lot of people like.
yes, if you go to the other Drupal camp, Drupal Nord, yes,
Okay,
the same.
cool. Thank you.
Another question, if you have questions. Editor. Yes, you can use it in Firefox and Chrome. It's for the browser. Yes. Well, thanks for your time.